Hey everybody, welcome to Vintage Variety. Today I'm going to show some pieces from my collection of vintage jewelry. These are clips. Some of them are dress clips, some of them are fur clips. I have some scarf clips, and I also have one shoe clip in this collection. Dress clips became popular in the 1920s and were often worn in pairs on dress collars or dress straps. Here's a cute little pair of brass dress clips. I believe these are little berries. They could be cherries on these. They're not signed on the back, but this is the way the back of the clip looks. You can see it has these little prongs on it that would grip the fabric to hold the clips in place. Here's another little pair. These are rhinestone dress clips. They aren't missing any stones, and all of the stones are bright. Unfortunately, one of them is broken. It wasn't broken when I got it, but I opened it and the little clip just snapped off. I've kept this, so if I ever find a way of repairing it, I will at least have the piece. This little set's done in a gold tone, and it has lots of bright and colorful stones in it. I'm going to show you the back of this. See how it has that design on it? I have a few more with that design, and I'm going to come back to these and show you this again later. This one is a Duet, and dress clips and fur clips were kind of interchangeable, but there is a difference between the two. One of them was designed to be worn with dresses or clothing, and the other one was designed for use with furs, and that's what this one is, but it's also a Duet. Now this could have been worn on clothing also. It's just designed a little bit different. I'm going to take this apart and show it to you guys. The Duets, I think, were just wonderful pieces of jewelry because they could be worn like this, like a regular brooch. There's the brooch pin on this one. Or they could be taken off of this and worn separately. And the way they come off of this, I'm going to try to show you, is the clip part lifts up. And that just pops off. See if I can take the other one off so you guys can see what the frame of this looks like. This is the little frame that they were on. It's very lightweight. It's not marked other than to say pat pending. I don't know if you guys can see that in this light or not. You can see the little brooch pin on the back of this. And this is what I want to show you on these. See how this looks? It's got these prongs on it. That's the way fur clips look. They were made like this so that they could clip on to the fur without damaging it. You can see with the dress clip, it has these little pieces on it that kind of pinch the fabric. I'm guessing that they didn't want the furs to get pinched like that. It probably could have damaged it. That's why these were made that way. This one was also part of a Duet. I don't have the other part, and I don't have the frame. And you can see this one also says pat pending, and this one is a dress clip. You can see the back on this one's different. By the 1930s, dress clips were the jewelry to have, and they were so popular that a lot of dresses came with not only jewelry, but they also came with dress clips. This is one that I've shown in a previous video. This is carved celluloid. This one has a little cherub on it. And this one has a little bit of a longer clip on it. Some of them do. Here's another one. This one's done in a gold tone. I've also shown this one in a previous video. This one has lots of really nice detail. And the back of it looks like a seashell to me. What do you guys think? This one's quite small. This one is a fur clip also. Looks very Egyptian revival to me. Could be something else. What do you guys think? Here's the back of this. You can see it has the long prongs on it. This one at one time or the other, I believe, had something else attached to it. When I lay it down here, you can see these little holes that are in it. Another interesting fact that I wanted to mention about fur clips is they were also called pin clips, and sometimes they were called double prong clips. Look at this one. Lots of colorful stones. Now remember these, and I mentioned the design on the back of these. Look at this one, similar stones, and when I turn it over, this one has a lot of rust on it, but you can see it kind of has a design on the back of the clip also. It's almost identical. And here's another one. And as you can see, it's very similar to these. And it also has some kind of design on the back. Now I want to show you these. One is larger than the other one, but it's quite obvious that they were made by the same company just by looking at them. Look at the back of this one. See how it has designs on it? I did look this up, and I believe these were made by New England Glass Company. The New England Glass Company was located in Rhode Island, and they were in business from around 1911 until 1958. In 1938, the company became Rice Warner, but continued stamping its jewelry with the NE and Chalice logo. A lot of times you'll see these, and it has a little chalice on the back, and inside the chalice it will have an NE. This is identical to that, but it doesn't have the NE, and I've seen a lot of these listed without the NE inside of them as being made by the New England Glass Company. You can see they have these splashes coming up out of the glass. Or maybe it's champagne and those are little bubbles. This one has the chalice or glass or wine glass, whatever you want to call it. I think it's described as a chalice, but it doesn't have the little bubbles coming up out of it. And you can see this pattern on here very well because it's a lot larger. So the pattern is similar on the back of these. The only thing missing on these that I can tell is the little chalice. This one, this is a shoe clip. It's the only one that I have in my collection. This is what the clip on it looks like. It is much shorter. Still has the little grips on it. And it's also heavier. And I had a viewer mention a while back that dress clips could have been worn on shoes. I bet you that there were some ladies that did that. I also have some scarf clips, and I don't know a lot about these. I tried to find information on them. Maybe when did they come about? When were they invented? I couldn't really find a lot of info on them. This is one I showed in a recent video that I got while out thrifting. And this one is signed Jerry Lou. Looks like a bow. This one looks like two snakes that are coiled. And this could be worn as a brooch, and it could also be worn as a scarf clip. That's how that one opens. You can see the little pin attachment on it. Isn't that pretty? It looks like a flower. And this one is signed Western Germany. This one is also signed, and it is stamped. I believe this one may be sterling. It has a stamp here, or a maker's mark. And then here, further down, it says made in England. It is really hard to see without a loop. And this one is also signed. It's signed on the back. So I want to kind of line all of these up so you can see the difference in the backs of them. Dress clip, the fur clip, scarf clip, and the shoe clip. By the 1950s, the classic brooch came back into style, and dress clips went out of style. That's really sad because there's so many ways that dress clips can be worn. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications on more videos like this one about vintage and antique items. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this video, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.